You guys know I like to bring you the weirdest stories I can find, and this one is definitely a little weird. I'm not trying to judge, but it's a little weird. Apparently, an OnlyFans model was just arrested and charged with murder after one of her clients died during an extreme BDSM session, or whatever you want to call it. Apparently, the guy had a kink for being turned into a human mummy. He wanted to be wrapped up in Saran wrap, and he didn't make it out of the session alive. And it's very creepy. It's very weird because the woman was like filming videos of her doing things. Look, I'm trying to keep this as PG as possible, but this video ain't for kids, let's just say that. But anyway, the woman was filming videos of the man wrapped in Saran wrap. She was filming videos, pleasing herself and other things alongside the guy, but it turned out the guy died. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to be too judgmental here. I don't kink shame. If you got a kink or if that's your thing, do your thing behind closed doors. If you ain't bothering anyone, I ain't got nothing to say about it. But if your kink is life-threatening, maybe you need to reevaluate the situation. Like if you're out here dying over your kink because you want to be wrapped so tightly with Saran wrap, then maybe you need to reevaluate the situation. Because kinks are things that should be enjoyed, not something that should be life-threatening. Yet here we are, one man dead, a woman getting charged with murder, and I don't know how to feel about it. And that's kind of why I'm making this video, because, look, sometimes I make videos and I have a strong feeling one way or the other, and I want to get my talking points, and I want to get my opinion across. But sometimes, I make videos wanting to hear from my audience, and this is one of them. Don't get me wrong, I have my own opinions. I'll express them in this video. But I'm kind of wondering, where does everyone else stand here? But before you come or jump to a conclusion, let's look at some more of the details of this case really quickly. California housewife's double life revealed after man dies while they filmed a video. A beautiful California housewife's picture-perfect life is in tatters after her secret job as a sex worker saw her charged with murdering a Saran wrap fetishist. Michaela Brachet Rylersdam has been charged over the death of Michael Dale, 55, who asphyxiated after allegedly asking Michaela to wrap him in the plastic covering like a mummy. Police said the incident took place 2 years ago during a consensual BDSM session after Dale contacted Michaela, 31, through an online advert for an escort business. The married mother who runs a stripper agency and OnlyFans with her husband Brandon told investigators it was the first time she had engaged in this behavior. Now I want to pause right there. I'm wondering why they just now brought about these charges. You see, this incident took place 2 years ago, but they're just now charging her with murder as of about a day and a half ago. So I wonder what made them make that decision now, but let's go ahead and dive back in. As part of the encounter on April 17th, 2023, Dale asked her to glue women's boots to his feet and put his head in a plastic bag, according to documents obtained by the San Diego Union Tribune. Evidence suggests that Michaela was paid more than $11,000 in exchange for her services, investigators said. The shocking alleged crime is in marked contrast to the life Michaela presents on one of her social media profiles. Dressed in white and wearing simple, tasteful makeup, the stunning mother of 3 beams for the camera alongside husband Brandon, who's dressed in complementary colors. But Michaela, whose other name is Ashley Simcoe, lived a much seedier life in private with the full knowledge of her husband who helped her run their business. Disturbing video obtained from the accused's phone showed Dale inside the bag for around 8 minutes, as well as other clips of him struggling to breathe after duct tape and a plastic bag and saran wrap were placed over his mouth, the filing state. Dale's arms and legs had been bound with plastic, meaning he was unable to remove the bag or wrappings from his head, according to the affidavit. As he lays unresponsive, McCullough was performing let's just call it a act nearby for her OnlyFans page. The clip was taken moments before she called 911 and began CPR on Dale. Dale was rushed to the hospital where he was declared brain dead the next day. His cause of death was linked to deprivation of oxygen to the brain, according to the coroner. The evidence showed that he hired her to perform bondage acts, said the Deputy District Attorney David Jarman. There is no indication that he asked her to obstruct his breathing, asked her to put tape over his mouth, or asked her to put a plastic bag over his head. McCullough denied placing a bag over Dale's head and has pleaded not guilty to the second-degree murder charge. Her attorney, Dan Cohen, said his client did not mean to kill Dale, noting that while consent is not a defense, it is certainly a mitigating factor. I think there was no intent to kill and no attempt to cover this up, he said, and she acted appropriately when she realized this was a problem. There is definitely a consensual element, not only something he consented to, something he was actively seeking. He also questioned the cause of death, claiming Dale had alcohol and prescription drugs in his system at the time. McCullough is a married mom of 3 who moonlights as an adult entertainer under the name Ashley Simcoe. Her husband Brandon appears in one of her promotional videos posted on X for her OnlyFans account. He declined to comment when approached and directed inquiries to their lawyer. McCullough is currently being held in jail without bail pending her trial. So I guess, ladies and gentlemen, the big question is, how do you guys feel about this? Where do you guys stand when it comes to this case? Because hearing the details and looking into some of the details, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like this woman should be charged with murder. And maybe you guys might think I'm wrong. Feel free to let me know I'm wrong down below. But this is something that was not only consensual. This guy was actively seeking this out. He paid this woman $11,000 to do this. Now, I know a lot of you watching this video, you're not into these kind of things. You don't have an OnlyFans. But if someone said, hey, I'll give you $11,000 to saran wrap me, would you? I think I would. Go ahead and I'll go straight to Costco, get that big saran wrap. We'll wrap you all up. $11,000 to saran wrap you? I probably would have did it for like $50. But in all seriousness, I think the fact, now, I mean, when you look at the details, it sounds disgusting, right? Because the dude's over here struggling to breathe, literally dying, and she's over here filming her OnlyFans videos. So when you hear the details, it is disgusting, but you have to remember, that's what this guy wanted. McCullough did not seek him out saying, oh, I need to find someone that I could saran wrap and turn into a mummy. No, that's what he wanted. And even though, you know, she was familiar with certain things, I don't think she had been into this kink before. So she went into the situation not really fully understanding, and maybe she wrapped him in the wrong way. Maybe she shouldn't have put, you know, the duct tape and the saran wrap over his mouth. Maybe not the bag over his head. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what this guy liked. But I do know that once she found out something was wrong, she immediately called 911. It's obvious that she did not have the intention to kill this guy at all. Now, is she lying when she says that she didn't place the bag over his head? Yeah. That's a blatant lie. The dude was saran wrapped to the point that he couldn't move. He didn't place a bag over his head. You did. Now, did he want that? Most likely. It sounds like something he would like, right? We don't know this guy too well, but it sounds like something that's up his alley. But now this woman is, facing these murder charges. Her life could be basically over because of this. And, I mean, for one, you could ask, is it worth it? But for two, you could ask, does she deserve this? I want you to take your feelings about the OnlyFans issues and stuff like that and put it to the side. Does she deserve to sit in jail for however long? Does she deserve to be charged with murder for this? And, I honestly don't have a solid answer. My opinion is that she didn't purposely kill him, obviously. But, I mean, her actions did lead to his death, so I would assume that she would get some sort of charges. And I'm just wondering how this plays out in court. Because, I mean, the elephant in the room is that he wanted this and he paid for this. This isn't something that was done against his will or something that he was unknowing. Like it's not like he went into this situation not knowing what was about to happen. I think, if anything, he came into this situation with some experience, and Michaela didn't. Maybe she came in with other experience from doing other freaky things, but she didn't have experience with this, and therefore things went horribly wrong. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into this type of stuff that's literally dangerous, I mean, obviously, you need to have some sort of safe words put in place. You need to have some sort of verbal agreements put in place. You need to have some communications before entering into a situation like this with a stranger. Because I don't think this guy wanted to die and lose his life, and I don't think this woman wants to lose her life behind bars because of this either. And I think this is something that could have easily just not have happened if there was better communication and a better understanding of whatever the hell they were about to take part in. You know what I mean? But that's the way the internet has made things these days, where two consenting adults often, get into a consensual situation and bad things happen because there's not a full understanding between the two. There hasn't been a previously established relationship or connection or communication. You kind of just go in blindly and these things kind of happen, I guess. But yeah, definitely an interesting case, unlike any case that I've seen before. And I'm really interested in seeing how this plays out in court. How much can they use the fact that he paid for this and wanted this? How much can they use that as a defense in court? That's what I'm really interested in seeing. Because personally, like I said, I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I understand her getting some charges, but charges or charges not. Take the charges and put them to the side. I just don't think that she intentionally killed this guy. I think that's obvious. But we'll see how this plays out. You guys let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and try not to get turned into a human mummy today. Stay away from the Saran wrap.